Alright, one other thing I want to talk about today is the textbook for the class. If you haven't gotten the textbook, you should have it because it's full of incredible information, and especially now that you're working on the midterm, you want as many resources and examples to look at. Examples that are less overwhelming than some of the stuff you can find online. And so you should go to the website for the book, muroc.com, and go to the downloads link. And when you do that, you can choose the title of the book, the third edition, HTML5 and CSS3 third edition. And here you can go to download all the example files that the book has, and all of the pretty much all of the resources that you need for the book if you haven't already done this. If you go to all files for Windows or for any system, you can download this, and then you get this executable file, which is a zip file. When it downloads at least it did for me, it downloaded it here, and I had an HTML file, and then when I actually ran it, it put it on my C drive in a folder called Muroc, and in there I have the content. So it has different applications. It actually even talks about mobile devices and designing for that, which is probably what a lot of you will need to be doing in the future. Once you understand these things, styling things for the phones is like huge. And here are book examples, exercises, and solutions. So not only does this book cover every single topic we've talked about in class, it has examples of them that you can look at, and it tells you how to do it. So for instance, for the final project here, you may be wanting to look at different types of layouts or box modeling techniques. If we look at in the chapter for that, chapter 6 talks about different columns, liquid columns, fixed columns, those kind of things. So you could look at examples of this. You could look at the code and look at the way it is laid out in your code. You got the header, you've got your section and a side and a footer. Of course, you can control U, look at the basic setups for it, see the styles, and see the basic layout. I mean, it's very simple in this particular case. You can also go to the solutions and look at the website that was put together here. So I'll just jump to the end and look at this website, and you can see this is very similar to the kind of thing that we're trying to do. You've got a banner, you've got your navigation, you've got your sidebar here, you've got your section, you've got your footer. But it also has additional things. You've got keeping the same things, you've got your links, and you've got a table here, and you have tickets where you fill out a form, which is what you're going to be doing. So for many of you, if you haven't been relying on your book at all, you really need to, especially this next section that you're going to be looking at, tables and forms. Huge amounts of information for you in here to build off of, not only just what you've done in class and the notes that I've provided and what you can find on W3, but then you can study this book and read in depth about this kind of content. Also, the thing that I want you to be thinking about is it has in the end of the book some very important stuff too. So I'm going to jump to the end, and it has advanced features like how to embed fonts from different web providers, geolocation features, web storage, how to use the canvas feature. This is in chapter 16. But before that even, it has sections on JavaScript, jQuery, and how to design for mobile. And how to put video in. Maybe you want to put an animation, a video, or YouTube in the Melvin page. You can do that by looking here and seeing how to do it. How to format your pages for print is in this. And so there's all this information. Chapter 9 is working with tables. Chapter 10 is working with forms. And it's exciting because all that content is right here in a very organized layout. So if you're wanting to do something like a simple image gallery where you could press some buttons and move an image, there's a simple image gallery in here that can be done using JavaScript or jQuery, which will introduce you to those advanced topics, which many of you want to learn, and it's right here in this book, and you can get started on it at any time. So I've left several weeks of time here at the end of the semester for you to dig deep into these topics. You have a goal, you have something that you want to do. And no, it's not specifically laid out necessarily all the time, but you have resources now to look at. So we're actually getting ready to do forms in this particular course at this time. But whatever the order is, I leave you about 2 weeks of time at the end here, maybe even longer, 1, 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a lot. I left at least about 2 or 3 weeks for you to really take your ideas further. And the resources are in the textbook. There's millions of resources online, videos, all kinds of stuff. But I just want you to begin to understand the vast resources that are available to you. Some that you already have and maybe you never even thought about, like the textbook. Some of you don't even open the textbooks, and you should, because that stuff is laid out very clearly for you. And you get a much deeper understanding, and you can come back to it again and again and again because it's sitting right there. And not like a video that you might have to go find, it gets taken down or is made by someone you can't understand. So there's a lot of reasons to have a good reference book on hand. Yes, they go out of date sometimes, but a lot of the stuff that we're talking about is going to be the standard foundational content for a long, long time now. Now that HTML5 just became the new standard, this content is going to be applicable to you, especially at the level we're at right now, just this introductory level. These concepts aren't going to be changing anytime soon. So I ask you to open that book, get into those resources, look and see what's there, and add more to your project. Show that you are expanding your mind, doing more than just the basic stuff, and you're really excited about doing more web development, web design work. All right? So crack that book open, jump into it, see what you get. You've got a lot of time at the end to try and experiment with things. All right. If you have questions, give me a call. Give me an email. Send me an email. Whatever you want to do. So I hope that helps you. Thank you very much, and good luck. Stay positive, stay focused, and I'll talk to you soon.